learned in these 4-5 sessions that we can also take the stress positively.
Absolutely.
We always, when we think about stress, we always think about the negative side of it. We think of getting bogged down under stress, negative stress, and rest. But this is very nice that we learned that how stress is also useful for for better work.
And rest is not stress, not being stressful. Just lying and sleeping could be as stressful as anything else.
Yes.
Rather than we going out into the field and doing something and achieving something.
Right.
The pleasure of an achievement, even if it's a small one, is something which is different.
Yeah. And this is what we learned, in the last episode also, when you talked about converting your distress into eustress, and we elaborately discuss about mindful awareness. But then also the next thing that you had mentioned about is multitasking.
Yeah.
Now we women, especially, why I am saying women, because we women pride ourselves into being able to multitask.
Yes.
We also think that it is one of our qualities. Now that is a very strange thing that you have mentioned, that you are saying to avoid multitasking. Now I want to know the reason behind you saying it, because as a mother, as a wife, as a professional, I have to multitask so many things at one particular moment, because I'll be in my clinic, tackling my patients, I'll be getting a call from my son, I'll be getting a call from my daughter, maybe from my husband, I have to tell them certain things. Now in all this, I think it is multitasking.
Obviously.
And I pride myself in handling that. And now you tell me, don't do it.
Okay.
So now I want you to tell me the reason.
Let's come to the basic. Let me
Right.
make one statement here first,
Right.
which is a proven statement. We always say ladies are better in multitasking. You are doing it. I know you are doing it. Lot of ladies are doing it, and most of the ladies are doing it. And we had a belief that ladies are good at multitasking. And the proper medical scientific experiments and studies have clearly shown us ladies are not good at multitasking, though you are doing it.
This is a news.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what happens when you are multitasking? This word multitasking basically comes from our computer. Computer does 2 or 3 things together because it is primed to do that. Okay. Our things are little bit different. Now look at this. Now you look at that distant debate, okay, and you look at that, and see, you look at that. And I show you here, while you are looking at this, can you read what is here?
No.
Okay. Very simply, your brain, you are looking at it, but you don't know what it is. Our brain is not fully primed for multitasking. The brain cells prefer doing one thing at a time. From that to this, it may not take you even a fraction of a second, fraction of a millisecond, but you can do it. But whilst you are reading that, you cannot read this.
Right.
Very simple.
So mind does one thing at a time.
Yes.
Right.
The mind does one thing at a time, because anything that we are doing are biochemical reactions inside the brain cells. So the reaction goes on. While this reaction goes on, quickly second reaction will go on, but 2 reactions do not go on simultaneously. Now there are big studies done on, we put our mobile to the ear and we are driving. The accident that happened with people driving and using mobile are 10 times more than the accident that have happened after drinking and driving. We talk about drinking and driving, but we don't talk about having your mobile and driving. Where we have a 10 times more chances of doing an accident. I'm talking about proper scientific studies. Okay. So while you feel you are listening and you are talking, even if somebody is there in front of you, you don't recognize him. And if you put your mind together, do this experiment at home. When you are talking together, your child is there in front of you, your husband is there in front of you, and they have done something and they have fallen down, you have not even noticed it. And I have shown you on a very simple experiment like this. And it does not get noticed, and you feel you are doing it.
Right.
Because we are we feel we are compulsorily forced to do it. Because we've got so many things to do. We say, I've got only 8 hours to work or 10 years or 1 hour to work. Within this 1 hour, these things will happen. I need to do it. Okay. But when you go to multitasking, you are harming your brain cells in the way, while this reaction gets completed, every reaction takes time, maybe a millisecond, maybe a nanosecond, but it takes its own time.
Right.
When you force yourself for a second reaction, there is a disturbance in the chemical reaction of a second action. Okay. With the result, what happens? Your brain cell is confused.
Right.
And that confusion leaves a lot of these free radicals, oxidative radicals, not cleared inside that action, which has happened as a result of this biochemical reaction of a thought which is going on.
Right.
And this accumulation of all these reductive substances or oxidative substances, or which subsequently can increase the inflammation inside the cell. And any inflammation is a bad reaction to our body, which today we know is the cause for all the diseases, including heart attacks, including strokes, including degenerative disease, including malignant disease, including cancers. So what we have to learn to do is do one thing at a time. In a fraction of a second, we can do another thing.
Right.
So in an hour, you have to do 10 things, and if you do them one by one, each one you will do perfectly normally. Okay. In that 1 hour, instead of doing 10 things, you can do 20 things. If you learn to delegate your mind power to that particular thing, instead of taking half an hour, you can finish it off in 5 minutes. See, when we talk on the phone, you know how much we talk. Okay. Substance could be 1 minute's job. But when we talk about kide dalle, thai kide dalle, kal kide dalle, poit kide dalle. Okay. What happens? So we and simultaneously we are doing something. You are cleaning your teeth or looking at your child and cleaning your child, okay, and throwing signals to the child, or you are cooking it there inside. Okay. All things together, when you do this, nothing is done perfect, and chances of mistakes are so high that your decisions go wrong, and by the time you rectify that decision in our life, the whole thing goes on.
हे तुम्ही जे आमकां अबाउट द मायंड एंड मल्टीटास्किंग जे सांगिल्लें आसा, आमकां हे हातूंतल्यान बरेंच कितें शिकूंक जाय. कारण हे जे डॉक्टर सांगतात, हो जो रिसर्च जो जाल्लो आसा तो नव्यांनी आमी आयकतात, पण इट इज ऑल्सो मेन्शन्ड इन अ एन्शंट बुक्स. आमचें मन जें आसा तें एका ठिकाणी एका टायमारूच आसूं शकता. आमकां अशें दिसता की आमी पळयतात आनी त्याच बरोबर आमी आयकतात, त्याच बरोबर आमी उलयतात, पण अशें जायना. आयुर्वेदान सांगिल्लें आसा की मन हे अणू परमाणू, म्हणजे ते स्मॉल, इट इज लायक अ स्मॉल पार्टिकल एंड इट ट्रॅवल्स फ्रॉम वन सेन्स टू दी अदर, बट द टायम दॅट इट टेक्स टू ट्रॅवल फ्रॉम वन सेन्स टू दी अदर इज व्हेरी स्मॉल. दॅट्स वाय वी डोंट रियलायज. आमकां कळना की आमी उलयतात आनी आयकतात आनी पळयतात, हातून टायम डिफरन्स आसा हें आमकां कळना. एक बरेंच सुंदर एग्जाम्पल डॉक्टरांनी दिलें अबाउट वेन ही मेड अ टेस्ट अबाउट दीस डिबेट एंड ते म्हाका पेपर दाखोवन. पण एक एग्जाम्पल हांवें जे पुस्तकान वाचिल्लें आसा इन आर एन्शंट आयुर्वेदा टेस्ट इज, आमी जेन्ना उदवात पेटयतात आनी अशी गोल घुंवडायतात तेन्ना आमकां एक सर्कल दिसता ऑफ द लायट, पण पळोवपाक गेल्यार दॅट particular point of light travels from one point to the other, not at one time. It takes its own time. पण आमकां दिसताना कशें दिसता की तो सर्कल आसा. म्हणजे हाजो अर्थ असो जाता की जरी तो ट्रॅवल करता इन दॅट सर्कल, इट इज गोईंग फ्रॉम वन पॉइंट टू दी अदर इन सर्टन टायम, पण आमकां ते डिफरन्स कळना. आनी हेच आज आमकां डॉक्टर नायक हांणी परत याद करून दिला की बिकॉज वी प्रायड आवर सेल्फ इन मल्टीटास्किंग, पण ह्यो चुको आमच्या कडल्यान घडूं शकता आनी इट इज सो स्ट्रेसफूल ऑन द मायंड. आमी जितले फास्ट घुंवडायता तितलो आमकां टायम डिफरन्स कळना आनी हातून मनाचें कन्फ्युजन जाता, डिस्टर्बन्सीस जाता. केन्ना केन्ना वी शूड आस्क आवर सेल्फ, आमी जेन्ना खूब कामान आसा मागीर आमकां दिसता अरे तकली भिरभिरली, आपल्याक आतां कळना. म्हूण हाजो अर्थ कितें जाला, मन आमचें फास्ट जालें आनी आमकां तें परसीव करपाक जायना, सो दॅट वी we don't understand how to perceive things आणि म्हणून आमचे डिसिजन चुकता असे डॉक्टर नाईक हांणी आमकां आज सांगिल्लें आसा. तर
जेन्ना तकली भिरभिरली म्हणटा न्ही, all these bad substances of these reactions are clogged in your brain cells.
Right.
The cell is now so much confused. It is not acting properly. And I mean, conscious decision आमचे सारके जायना.
Right. The bottom line is, I think we should know when to take a pause. आम्ही अशें म्हणनात की सगळ्या स्लोच करूंक जाय, because world has gone
Slow
fast.
करपाची गरज ना. Your brain it doesn't take.
Right.
Today I'm talking in terms of nanoseconds. I'm not talking in
Right.
milliseconds, seconds or milliseconds. Nanosecond. Do this immediately. You can change to another. When you're eating, be on eating. Finish it. When you're talking, be on eating, talking, finish it. And
Right.
do one thing at a time perfectly. त्यावेळी कितें जाता, ब्रेन सेलची रिएक्शन्स
Right,
भितर जी
exactly.
जाल्ल्या ती सारकी एक स्मूथली जाता, because every cell has got a reaction. As a result, there are some byproducts which are accumulated in the cell, and there is second reaction which clears those byproducts. So एक reaction झाले, byproducts clean झाले, दुसरे reaction झाले, byproducts clean झाले, तिसरे reaction झाले, harmful byproducts clean झाले. Your brain cells remain absolutely alert, absolutely good, absolutely healthy. And the disease म्हणटा तो is collection of all this.
Right.
I mean, antioxidant vitamin बी दिता to clear all these oxygenated products which come into our blood and into our cells. This is what the reaction is.
Right. Right. There are so many things, you know, that has been mentioned in the ancient text, and now we have started realizing it. I think, Dr. Naik, you have put all these things in a new plate.
So today we have the scientific explanation for it.
Right.
Okay?
And which is so important, because we pride ourselves in doing things fast. We pride ourselves in being in a hurry. Oh, I have no time. But how much that is killing us, this is what we forget. I think everybody, all of us, should take a pause, take some seconds for yourself and think and do whatever you are doing in a nice manner, in a slow manner.
And ask those 5 questions.
And ask those five questions to yourself, which we had discussed in the last episode. I think questioning ourselves, introspection is so very important to all of us. I think when we go back home and have some time before bedtime, we can do all these, you know, exercises that Dr. Naik has told us. There are so many things that we still need to discuss, maybe in the next episode. But for now, I have to put an halt for our discussion. Maka tumchi raza gyuchi patta, doctor, because the time is already up. But let us not forget what we have learned from this. Let us not forget to take time. Have some space for your. Now I actually realize what we mean by my space.
My space.
So स्वताक वेळ दियात, वेळ घेऊन आमचे हे कार्यक्रम पळयात. Be with us on Alert, Active and Alive at 100 every Friday at 10 o'clock on Prudent Media. Till then, good night, goodbye. Namaskar.
Namaskar.